Welcome back, you guys. I am so happy to be doing this video for you. Not because of you guys or anything like that, but everything because it means my house is clean now. No, I'm kidding. I'm so happy to have you guys here. We are going to clean this stinking crazy house. This messiness is not my worst messiness. If you have been with me for a while, you understand that I just let my house go to catastrophic levels for funsies and then come back and clean everything and swear that I'm going to stay on top of it. And then the cycle repeats. And if I do say so myself, I am cycling faster. So I'm basically the best at housekeeping ever since the beginning of time. Um, so this isn't the worst that it's been, and I have been doing a little bit of Vlogmas and I've been tidying with you guys. And then I opened up my closet of doom where I had been storing a ton of things. It turns out I was storing mostly pillows. And for some reason, all of my outside life anxieties really just pushed me over the edge. Just opening that, looking into it, something about not being able to organize that closet, the overwhelm of it, put me in a really bad place where I was trying hard not to spiral into anxiety, but it wasn't really working. So, I was trying to fall asleep, and then all of a sudden, like the thoughts would come whispering in, and it was a lot. And so I struggled and I wasn't really doing much. And I went finally, I was like, you know what? Screw it. Let's clean that closet. Let's just get it done. And we did it. We tackled the closet and I got it organized. I vacuum sealed all of the pillows and I organized and I put a bunch of stuff over to donate. And it was fantastic, right? I felt so much better. However, my allergies went out of control. There was a lot of my, um, she's passed now, but my Rottweiler Beauty's dander and fur were underneath. And I kicked it out and it seemed to go everywhere. And so I was really, really struggling after that. And so today, this day that you're watching right now, I'm like, I have to clean the whole house. I can't stop sneezing or blowing my nose, and I am beyond miserable. And so when I tackle really large cleans like these, I always have to start with my dishes and my laundry because I want those machines to be running while I'm doing other things. And I know everybody who is new to the channel is going to hate the fact that I am washing my dishes before I put them in the dishwasher. Um, and I'll address it again. I'll address it endlessly, you guys. It's one of my favorite comments because it's endless engagement. And the more you guys say, stop washing your dishes before you put them in the dishwasher, the more the algorithm loves me. And we are all slaves to the great and almighty algorithm. So I wash my dishes and then put them in my dishwasher and let it run because I don't think it cleans my dishes well, but I do think it will sanitize my dishes well with the heat and the hot water. And I have so much crazy piled up in my brain that you really have to pick your battles. Like your anxiety is a angry toddler who put their shirt on inside out and backwards. And yeah, of course, you're going to go out in public. You're going to go to Target and you're like, what if people judge me? And you're like, listen, toddler, you have to switch your shirt inside out and face it forward because that's how society works. And the toddler just loses their ever-loving minds and it wrecks your entire day because he's a tyrant and he is screaming and you're already touched out and you're very overwhelmed with how much noise that kid makes in general. You didn't know that kids were going to be so noisy. You thought babies were, but you had no idea about like the actual level of noise. So you're at your limit with the sound, you're at the limit with your touch, and your husband wants to come home and cuddle you, but you've been touched all freaking day. So you just want to murder him and he wonders why you're mad. And you're just like, stop touching me. Hands have been on me all day. And you are trying to care for this creature that is mobile and trying to kill itself, and it's constantly running away from you towards cliffs, towards dragons, towards a drawer full of knives, and you can't sit down and relax because you have to keep this human alive, not just because the government knows for a fact that you have a kid and will occasionally check in to make sure it's not dead, but because all of your oxytocin is tied to this little disaster that is trying to kill itself. And you know that if it wins, you will never see happiness again in your life. And so instead of spiraling down that ruining that little thing's life, you're like, you know what? Sure, it's fine. It's good. And so I say to my anxiety, you know what? Let's just wash these dishes before we put them in the dishwasher. It's not worth the fights. And that's how that works. And I will never stop, but I do appreciate the engagement. So go ahead and come on in. Tell me how you feel about it. It's fine. And not only that, but like, I feel like it's so gross to not individually wash all of your utensils before you put them in the dishwasher because that's gross. Like, how are you going to get the peanut butter off, guys? The peanut butter doesn't come off in the dishwasher, it just doesn't. So, that is how I feel about that. And luckily, that got us through the majority of the dishes. Now we just have pots and pans. I bought this new dish rack thingamajig. Also, I bought a new bottle brush, which you guys probably didn't know I needed, but I absolutely did. And it's a victory. Okay, so we're so excited about the new bottle brush. Not that I have bottles, but I do have glasses I can't cram my hand into. I also bought new kitchen shears because where are they, guys? Where the heck are my kitchen shears? Where did they go? And you can't use craft scissors on kitchen things. It feels wildly inappropriate. It just feels like a violation of societal norms. So then I also bought a can opener. Ours was really, really busted. And you have to have a solid can opener, not just for life, but for the apocalypse. Because there's so many, the food that's going to survive, months into it are canned. And you better hope you have that dang can opener when you're running through the woods and you find it. You're going to want to be able to open those beans and eat them. Otherwise, you're sad, right? So I got those things and I don't really like this dish rack. I feel like I'm not really stacking the dishes as well as I could. But we'll see. We'll let it marinate. So, also typically when I do these whole house cleans, which you would have seen before in the initial walkthrough, I neglect showing you guys my laundry room, my bedroom, and my bathroom because those are the easiest to cut out. If I get tired, I don't have to clean those things and I can still present you a whole house clean because it's all of my open space. I have nothing but open concept and bedrooms and a laundry room. So I can cut those parts out when I eventually give up cleaning. So because my anxiety has been so high and I'm spiraling, I feel like a lot of it has to do with how dirty my room is. And then I did a live stream where I sorted my laundry into garbage bags. You'll see them later. Because I don't remember who made the comment, but they said when you have way too much laundry to do, sort them into laundry bags and then like one load and it looks less overwhelming. Okay, so I wander off for a minute. Now I'm putting on shoes because everybody tells me that my whole house cleans. That's what I'm trying to say. That my physical pain after a whole house clean is because I'm not wearing shoes. So what the heck? Let's give you guys a shot at it. Let's see if it works. All right, so as I was saying about the laundry, so I have the laundry. They are sorted into trash bags. You'll see that. But my whole bedroom, I was telling you guys on that live stream, my whole bedroom was overwhelming. Everything was too cluttered, and I thought it was adding to my anxiety. And I knew I was going to clean the whole house, and it was going to wipe me out for a while. And so I thought, F it, do your bedroom first. Oh, we'll come back to that. Do your bedroom first and your bathroom. And then at the end of the day, no matter what happens, you will have a relaxing place to go home to, or not go home to. I clearly live here. But I will have a relaxing place to lay my head. Okay, so I wanted to go back to that cleaning product I just showed you guys. That is from a company that had sponsored me earlier a few weeks ago, and they sent me this product. It's Laura K Innovations. They are a small Georgia company, and I live in Georgia, and I really love their cleaning products. I love the all-purpose cleaner, and then they have an oxidation cleaner that I am using on my upholstery. And I really like them. I think as soon as I run out of those two products, I'm going to reorder them. They also sent me a dish soap that I like because it got off a lot of stuff that I didn't think it was going to get off, but it's so thick that it sucks to squeeze out of the bottle onto my sponge. And so I don't know if I'll reorder that, but I am absolutely obsessed with the oxidation. I do need to clean out my shower again, and it does a really good job handling the mold. So I will link them down. This video is not sponsored, but they have previously sponsored me. I just wanted to give them a shout out again because it's a solid product from a local company, and I love that. Okay, so I was cleaning and I was like, okay, what if I really declutter? What if I actually even declutter my skincare section of this while I'm putting things away? And I'm going more in depth than I thought I would and immediately abandon the shoes. You guys are psychopaths. Like the people who are like, wear shoes inside your house. It won't feel like a straight jacket on your feet. You're liars. It was miserable and I hated it. And my feet were sweaty. I just can't stand it. I wouldn't wear shoes anywhere. Like okay, to church, to the Queen. If I was to go, okay, like foreign dignitaries, when I eventually start welcoming them, when I'm the dictator, although it would be like a pretty solid flex to not wear shoes and be like, you're not even worth me wearing shoes. Like I'm so not concerned with you. I'm not even wearing shoes to this meeting. So yeah, anyways, I hate shoes. I put them back on in a little bit, like just in case. And to be honest, after the first part of this whole house clean, still felt the same. My body, like I still had aches, my bones still kind of hurt. It was not worth it. It wasn't worth it, you guys. So, not going to do that again. All right, finally watered my plant for the first time this quarter, at least. It's still thriving, but I'm slowly but surely killing the second plant that I got, which is kind of a huge bummer. I should remember to water it a little bit more. I am still certain that when I wash this one day, when I wipe off this mirror, it is going to fall and break on my head. And then I'll have to get like a facelift because it'll be necessary. And I will tell everybody, be like, oh no, I just smashed a mirror on my face. That's why everything looks so good. I'll be stunning. Oh, so okay, a thing that I'm slightly obsessed with right now is filler and like lip injections and cheek injections, like all of the filler and how the studies are coming out now that it literally does not dissolve, but it migrates and expands into different parts of your faces that it's not supposed to. And I am still really obsessed with it. I was texting my friend Millennial Meg about it, and I don't know what made me bring it up to her. But I think it was out of the blue. I think I was like, hey, face fillers, they don't go away. Okay, bye. I think it was just one of those random surprise texts that you give people. All right, so this part's done. I'm pretty excited about it. There's a little bit of jumping back and forth in the areas that I clean because that's how I prefer to clean for the most part. But also, I don't know where my broom is. I can't find my broom for like the first 2.5 hours of me cleaning my house. I just have no idea where it's located. It was under my son's bed. So that's moved up to place number 1 that I'm going to start looking for, cleaning supplies. They're clearly under my son's bed. And then I have not been refilling the toilet paper. I've been finding one roll at a time and keep thinking to myself, I wish I would refill this toilet paper, but just wouldn't. Do you guys, when you get into those moods or phases of life where you're like, I should, but I just won't. I should, but I shan't. Um, and it would be so much easier. And you have to go where all the toilet paper was anyways. It's all like it's kept in that bag. Had I just pulled out the bag and refilled that caddy, my life would have been easier. But no, I refused. I just kept reaching into the bag, pulling out one roll and thinking this is going to annoy me, and then just letting it annoy me. The amount of self-sabotage that I can catch with like playing these things back and watching myself do things and narrating it. And I also think through my thought process more than once. Does that make sense? So I watch myself, I do the thing, right? And I'm recording myself doing the thing. Then I watch myself as I edit myself doing the thing. And then I watch myself in the edited version and I talk about me doing the thing. And then the fourth time, I watch myself and I'm matching up my words. So I experienced this 4 times. And that's if I don't abandon a voiceover like 10 minutes in and restart, which I never do. I'm perfect. I've never had to do a retake. Everything's just in one go. Shoes back on, hating my life. So I do get to see my cycles and I get to see my self sabotage and my thought processes. And it's really interesting. It's interesting to do this. If your YouTube is focused on you, it's odd. That's, I don't know another way to explain it. It's just kind of odd. Okay, because I am the world's sneeziest, most miserable person, we are going to tackle this bedroom. And I am also trying to work through my garbage bags of laundry. It's so much laundry. And also, yeah, I want to change out my bedding. I feel like that duvet, the brown one, is part of my sneezing situation. And I want to switch to Christmas decor in my room because that's what normal people do. I'm so mad at this point because I keep blocking my path. And just I don't know. My whole room is overwhelmingly clustered. It's just a lot. I bought these green sheets when I did my whole room makeover, which I can link if I remember to link. I did my whole room makeover and I remember initially the bed had blue sheets and it was the most hideous thing ever. Like the colors were so terrible together. And so I bought these green sheets and I never put them on my bed. And then I thought, ooh, it's so Christmassy. Let's do that. And it really is so Christmassy. And I fought the duvet. I deeply, deeply wish that I could attach and unattach duvets as quickly as I do in my edited version. I also wish I could clean this fast, especially when I speed up my dishes to like 2000%. I wish that was a thing for me. All right, I am not 100% certain that this duvet is the right size for this comforter. It doesn't really fit my bed. The sides are still showing. That bothers me. Sorry, I'm looking at it right now and it really is bothering me. But it is my favorite duvet because it's so soft. And I'm not a top sheet person. I'm a wash through duvet all the time person because top sheets are the literal worst. For the most part, I don't have blankets on me. I have one Blankie Supremo, which is what I call it for some reason. And I kick all the other covers off onto my husband's side of the bed. And then I just sleep under my own personal private blanket because I'm a diva. All right, trying to figure out how to do the decorative pillows without my pillows that I use as a headboard. And I also need to wash those pillows, I've decided. And I'm not sure if I need to take them to the laundromat or if they'll be okay in my washer. I'm really concerned that they will get really, really heavy and break the motors on my stuff. And this, I feel like it just has a little bit of Beauty's dander still on it. And also, it doesn't look cute with the Christmas vibes. It's gorgeous and I love it. It's just not exactly right. So let's take this for sure to the laundromat because it will ruin my washer. The struggle I had. Oh, I'm like blocking myself into the room also with that bench. Just everything stupid. I'm sorry. I'm being so dramatic and it's very, very funny how dramatic I am right now. Like the constant tantrum of me throwing my hands in the air and like exasperated Beth is hilarious. Although don't talk to exasperated Beth because she's also a huge bitch. Okay, still trying to figure this out. And I decided the green pillowcases could be a good display pillow. I hate that I have two different sized pillows for this part, but I don't hate it so much I'm going to go find another one. Yeah, that it's just too small for the bed. Look at how it's not really fitting the bed very well. Part of me wondered if I just rotated the duvet the wrong way, but I know that my comforter has a blue stripe on one side, so I know which way to orient it. It doesn't look right. Okay, so I don't know where my headphones are. I don't know where my earbuds are. And there is a content creator. So it's that very specific niche in YouTube that it's a content creator who creates content about creating content for other content creators. His name is Nate Black. He's really interesting. When I started, trying to research how to YouTube, how to be a better YouTuber, how to be the most awesomest at YouTubing ever, he was one of the first channels that I found, and I really enjoy him. I saw him give a seminar at Vid Summit that I went to in last October, and he jumped into this random Reddit group. It's not random, it's for YouTubers that I found on Reddit, and he was doing a live Q&A, and there weren't very many people in there. So I was able to submit 2 questions that he answered specifically, which was good, but also super frustrating. So, a lot of YouTuber advice doesn't really work for me because for example, one of the things was like, how do I grow? And he's like, go bigger, go better. If somebody is giving away $100, you give away $1,000. If somebody's climbing a tree, you climb a mountain and things like that. I was like, how can I literally asked him, I was like, how can I scale up like that? It's me. I can't scale the me any more than I possibly can. It's just, am I stuck where I am or how do I? And he's like, just be more vulnerable. I was like, sir, no one wants that. The level of boundaries that I lack and what I am willing to discuss online is uncomfortable for everyone. Like, I can't talk about my hormone levels harder. I don't want to talk about my vulnerability even harder. I'm very much an open book. So, it's just weird. It's hard when your YouTube is you. And I'm not going to be able to scale up and do things like other really good cleaning channels like Mac. I can't go into hoarder houses. I just don't have the time or the energy or the desire to go clean somebody else's crazy hoarder house. So I can't scale up that way. So I guess I'm just going to have to, like, I don't know, something crazy. I'll figure it out. There's always the divorce arc that that YouTube's dying for me to go through, and then I can start over at 40. So yeah, maybe after Christmas though. It just couldn't. It's too much stress. The holidays are already stressful. Not gonna divorce my husband mid holidays. I'm gonna save it for something like when it's hard, like in the summer. Content's a little bit harder. People are living their summer lives, so maybe that's when I'll do it. That'll be fun. I'll text him and let him know. All right. I'm even moving the bed at this point. I'm like, I am getting all the freaking dog dander out of this room. And there wasn't as much dog hair behind the bed as you would think. And so then I plug in the bed because we have articulating beds. You can sit up and raise your legs. For old people, we're preparing. And look, there's a flashing light under there. And I find it very alarming. I plugged it in and now it's flashing. I still haven't gone back under the bed to see what it is, but it's alarming, right? And I think now with how the pillows are stacked, I think that looks really cute. Pretty happy with it. There was like glitter and dirt and stuff like that on top of that. So I dumped it over instead of having to brush it off. I do like how having that bench in there kind of hides how weird that duvet looks. And the 2 pillows, the ones that I usually use for my throw pillows and I hide in there, they're more cream colored and they will not work. So I put them in the closet of doom because that's where I keep spare throw pillows and it'll only be for a little bit. All right, now I need to address my Amazon situation. We live nowhere near our families. and we do all of our Christmas shopping online. So we have 1,000 million packages from Amazon because the gifts for all three kids from all of the grandparents are coming in. And so I'm not willing to open and wrap them yet. I think wrapping presents is my least favorite part about Christmas. I absolutely hate it. I have tried enjoying it. I've tried putting on a good movie, getting in the Christmas spirit. I have tried drinking wine. I have just all of it. I've tried to make it pleasurable and it's not. It's awful. It's stupid and I hate it. And I think this year I'm going to rope my husband into helping me because I don't want to do it anymore. It's stupid. So I'll have my husband help me and maybe that will make it feel better. Doubtful, but it will make it go quicker. So that's pretty exciting. I hate this table. I finally ordered a different table, guys. The wobbly table that jiggles. And I told my husband for Christmas, all I wanted was for him to be okay with the fact that I definitely wanted to throw away that table, which was last year's Christmas present to me. And he said yes. So winning. I still love this chair though. And I'm worried. I don't understand how I'm going to get a workstation table to really fit into my room or really anywhere else in the house. It feels insane to try to make a really dedicated space because I'm a YouTuber, but also I'm like starting to be a real YouTuber and I need to be more serious about it. It's not necessarily imposter syndrome because I deeply love myself so much that I am never the imposter. Um, but like, okay, hypothetically, if I could get imposter syndrome, there's a little bit of that where you're like, okay, am I though? And I am, but it feels so weird to say it. Like if you got hired at a job, you could be like, I'm a Starbucks barista because it's so tangible. But you could be a YouTuber. You could do YouTuber. You can do YouTube. Wow, my brain only wants to say YouTuber and not just YouTube. You can do YouTube and not necessarily be a YouTuber. And like, there's no definitive line when you cross it when you're official. So, like, it's just weird, right? For me, I don't know. Maybe some of you guys who YouTube also will understand. And those of you who don't, and you're like, Beth, you're a real YouTuber. I love you. You're just my favorite people. So, thank you. I love you guys the most. Unless you're Canadian, then I don't really like you. I'm just kidding. I am so concerned that Canadians who don't understand the joke of it are like offended and hear me bash Canada one time and they're like, oh, absolutely not. I hate her. I'm like, no, come back here. I love you. I really do. I just like to bully the ones I love. That's how they know I love them. If I'm in general just really polite to you, I have some bad news, friend. Okay, so I did my floor and I looked up and over and realized that my dresser was still a disaster and the level of pissed that I am is unmatched. I am so mad. Also, it's getting pretty late in the day and I am starting to swallow the fact that this isn't a whole house clean. This isn't a one day. I'm not going to wake up to a clean house. I'm only going to wake up to a clean bedroom and bathroom. It sucked. But there's only so many hours in the day and I had a meeting to go to and I don't want two stupid TVs. And so I take the small TV and I was going to put it back wherever it may be. And then I remembered how much I hate this TV that is standing on its stupid little legs looking at me. And I would rather have the tiny TV in the bedroom with reasonable legs than that other idiot TV. I hated that TV. It made me so mad. All right, here's when we finally really, no, I swept before. Here's when I decided to go put all my crap back in the bathroom. That's what happens there. Did I even mop you guys? I have no memories. Okay, so the bathroom is done. My bedroom is mostly done except for it gets way worse. And I got my kids to empty the dishwasher and I'm going to do last bits of dishes and get all of the counters off. And that's all I have time for, to be honest. I think I text my husband. I'm like, I'm getting in the shower to go to the HOA meeting. Could you please order pizza? Because I hated the idea of re-cleaning the kitchen because I had every intention of coming back the very next day and finishing this house. If you look through the window, you can see my son having an epic sword fight while wearing a Santa hat, and it makes me so happy. This is the actual speed that I wish I did dishes. It would be glorious. Look how fast I am. I'm the best at doing dishes. Oh, that had like super cooked on pork chop remnants. That was a really hard clean. It's really hard to comment. Like, I'm moving too fast. I have no idea what to say except, well done, me. I like that I didn't even clip the me wandering in and out looking for more dishes because it was just so fast. Okay, and now I am abiding by the rule that if the dishes fit in the sink, then you don't have dishes to wash. So I don't have dishes that I need to wash. Everything is fitting in the sink just fine. So we can move to organizing and cleaning off the countertops. Oh, also, my husband cooked like pan fried hamburgers. And you know that level of hamburger grease, how gross that is, and how it just kind of goes on everything everywhere, even though he had a pan lid. My stovetop is so greasy. And I do love that this cleaner is cutting through it. I do have to go over it more than once because it's thick. But I'm so close to being done for the day. Very happy about that. Happy, sad, bittersweet, if you will, because my whole house is not clean. And I've abandoned the shoes. I don't remember when that happened, but I gave up on the idea that I would be one who wears shoes in her home to clean. That's not for me. That's not my life. That's somebody else's life. I want to swap out this backsplash, you guys. What do you think I could swap it out to? Because the brown little stacky thing, it's not for me. I don't like it very much. But I feel like black would be too weird, but maybe not. I don't know. Look, I use my Instapot. I'm putting it away. I made an Instapot meal and I was really excited to not explode the entire house. Oh, that's what I made. It was a wild disappointment, actually. So I cooked chicken in it because I wanted to be able to shred the chicken and realized it well past the time of actually putting something in a crock pot to cook for like slow cook so you could shred it. So I did it in an Instapot, very lightly seasoned, and then I shredded it and I separated them into bowls and you could pick what kind of slider you wanted. You could do like a buffalo chicken wing slider, you could do a barbecue slider, and it was absolutely gross. It was not good. I don't know what I did wrong. The chicken was fine. The meal itself was wildly disappointing and terrible. So, but I used my Instant Pot and didn't explode. Very exciting. I'm gathering up papers and then, the mail. Does anybody else hoard mail where you just don't open it? You know you should. You know you should go through and sort your mail and take care of it, but I don't. And I stacked it all and I put it in my room next to my computer. And I told myself before I edited, I had to address the mail. And I actually did. Before I started editing today, I went through my mail and sorted it. I was debating whether or not I was going to remove everything from this counter to clean it or just shift from side to side. And I decided to do the worst of both worlds and pretended like I was going to go shift everything to one side. And then I eventually just clear off the whole thing. Um, ew, also during this, the ew is because I was listening to the Dreading channel talk about Larry Nasser, the Olympic therapist. If you guys could see me, I am doing finger quotes because he sucks. But he was the women's gymnastic Olympics physical therapist, but in actuality, he was just a giant molester. And one of the most horrid parts, because I was aware tangentially like what it was. I was aware that he had done these things and that these Olympians were like, yep. Um, but you the level that he got away with everything, like he was repeatedly called out and all authorities were like, it's not a big deal. Like he made slideshows about why this internal release situation without gloves like could help shoulder pain. But I'm not going to go too deep into it. But one of them is he had a family friend daughter that he repeatedly did things to. And she finally went to her parents and was like, this is happening to me. And they didn't believe her and then had her like sit down with Larry. And Larry looked her in the face in front of her parents and was like, it's very serious. I totally understand. Like, but it's a big deal to accuse people of that. And if it ever happens in your life, you need to tell people in front of her parents who she told. And he was like, could you, the heartbreak and devastation. I couldn't imagine that poor child's brain explode at that time. Just the fact that no one was to ever be trusted. It's got to be terrible. So I was listening to it. It was just crazy. All right. So I leave for my meeting and I take a Benadryl because I had kicked up so much dust that I roofie myself with the Benadryl, and the next 2 days I don't do anything, which is why we come back to my kitchen being horrific. I had not done anything for 2 days. It was I ordered new medication because when my allergies get so bad, like it just swells everything inside my brain, and I blow my nose every 15 seconds and I sneeze nonstop and it's awful and I hate it. So eventually I break and I take a Benadryl and it just destroys me. Like it's so bad. It takes me so long to recover from a Benadryl, but I ordered a different medication because I'm thinking maybe the one allergy pill I have is more like geared towards, I don't know, grass allergies, but I need a dust mite allergy. I don't know. Don't understand it. Hail Mary out there. Let's see if Zyrtec is the one for me. I won't use Flonase because apparently it's super addictive and I don't need that in my life. I don't need an addiction. Could you imagine losing it all over Flonase? But actually you physically become really, really dependent on it and it's really hard to break your body from it. You get like rebound swelling in your mucuses. See, look, sneezing again. And I don't have time for that life. I'm going to get addicted to something fun, like heroin or I don't know. What's a fun, hey, all you addicts out there, what's a fun one for us? Probably, I feel like cocaine has the most classy connotations and I would love to be classy, like a classy addict. So obviously it's going to be Coke. All right. I was watching my phone when I was facing away, but I had been storing up this YouTuber's video. It's 50 minutes long. It's Jamie Chaotic. Have you guys seen her? She's one of us. She has come into my live streams to lie to me about when her birthday is. It's an absolute lie. She claims to have the same birthday I do. I'm going to sue her. So I've got lawyers. But Jamie Chaotic. So she is decluttering. She is a cleaning channel. She's like a undisaster your life channel, much like I am. And she is doing a Vlogmas where she is decluttering and doing a fishbowl. So, oh my God, let me explain it better. She has a fishbowl. She has all these different locations in her home that she needs to declutter. And then she draws it out of the fishbowl and has to do it. And she's funny. And I love that she reads them and she's like, hate my life. This one's terrible. But then she does it. And sometimes she'll pull one and she'll be like, yes, this one's super easy. Can't wait to do it. And she's just good times. So I really love her channel. I would love it if you guys went over there. Jamie Chaotic. I'll link it in the description down below. But if you do go there, tell her I sent you and that we don't like her. Just be like, Beth sent me. Everybody hates you, Jamie. Stop lying about your birthday. You don't have the same birthday as Beth. She was the only one born on March 24th. Because that's true. And yeah, I don't know. I had been saving it up and I got really giddy about being able to watch her declutter her little coffee bar thing. And another thing she does is she collects like antiques, but she also sells them. She has a separate YouTube channel where she sells things, and she has like a bonkers level Pyrex collection where I think maybe an intervention is necessary at this point. It's so much stuff. And then on one of them, she was decluttering. It was her Pyrex. She's like emotionally attached to some of them. And so she was going to get rid of these white Pyrex bowls and she was sad about it. And I was like, oh my God, I need to buy those so I could show them on my channel and be like, look at my white Pyrex bowls that I stole from you. And it would just be a very spiteful thing. And I think that could be really fun for me. And that's what matters. So anyways, just wanted to say that. Was super excited to watch it. And also super excited to fold my freaking laundry. Oh, because there's so much building up on this ottoman. It was also stressing my life out. And so the kitchen was really easy to tackle. And now I feel like, okay, if I just do the living room, 80% of my house is done. That's not true. That's not real math, but it feels like the truth, you know? Um, so, and it's just laundry. You can get laundry moved around and fold it and put it away. And all of a sudden your couch is clear, you know? All right. Already so much better. Nah. Okay. That was a really generous statement for me. Already so much the same. I don't know. But it does get better quickly, is what I'm trying to say. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I called Leroy up because I had removed a tick from him the other day and the head broke off. And I Googled and it's like, it should be fine. You should be okay. And so I am like double and triple checking. I might just take him to the vet anyways so that I'm scared, you know, that I hurt my dog and that he is going to abruptly get so sick that we have to put him down. Like clearly there's some leftover trauma from Beauty. But who, by the way, if you guys don't know, I didn't hurt Beauty. She got cancer in her paw and it spread very rapidly and we had to put her down more abruptly than we were ready for. Like there were feelings, like I had feelings that this was not going well, but it abruptly went super not well. So I didn't hurt Beauty, but it felt like I did because I just took her to the vet. Like, could you check? And then we had to make a call and I don't want to do it again. And so now I'm very concerned that something's going to go horribly sideways with Leroy. And the only reason I'm not concerned about Kesha, my other dog, is because she never leaves the couch. So she just lives there. Who's fancy? Also, when I was swinging like that, you guys know from Finding Nemo when she's like one tentacle. See this tentacle? It's really shorter than all my others, but you can't tell, especially when I twirl them like this. So I felt like a jellyfish with one shorter tentacle. Also, I've been using that fluffy parka thing. I've been using it as a blanket on my couch because Sweet Potato really loves it and she likes to make biscuits on it. So if I cuddle it, then sometimes I get to be part of the biscuits. And I love that. It's off camera almost every single time, but the amount of hair that I've pulled out of the vacuum, it's with the 3 girls with super long hair. Oh, it's wild. It gets caught up so much. All right, and then here I'm like, why is like the couch pillows suck? Because Kesha stomps on them all. So I'm gonna refluff everything. I'm tired of being annoyed with my crappy couch back. At first I was like, oh, I'll only do the ones that are really bad, and it turns out they're all really bad. So might as well do all of them. Oh, I also saw another random YouTube that popped up on mine, and I looked at her channel, and she and I have the same couch, and I was really excited about that. I was like, couch twins. I don't know that she was as impressed, but she should have been. Okay, couch mostly done. And here's another part where I jump from place to place, which drives so many people crazy, where they're like, just stay in one spot and clean it. But the whole house is open concept. Like, technically, I'm basically in the same zone. I can see the other zones. Look, there's Kesha to couch potato it up. She's so tiny. Her hair is growing out and it's like collapsing down over one eye, very much like the Lady and the Tramp dog. I don't know what kind of dog she was, but where it like goes over one eye. And so my kids are telling me that Kesha's in her emo phase. And my husband and I are saying that she is an 80s rock star. And it's been great enjoyment, but they will go get groomed in like a month. All right, again, with the Amazon boxes, first of all, I ordered a stainless steel litter box. It has not been delivered, but all of these boxes are making me so mad because they are the Amazon equivalent of this meeting could have been an email. So many, like, why? It's like they picked the biggest box they possibly could, threw another boxed item into it, and was like, done. Don't care. That huge, huge box. No, it has something that is it's unreasonable what they were doing. Made me really mad. Okay, that box that I just tipped up and put things in, that is going to be our next Vlogmas project, and I'm super excited about it. And I am finally taking all of the donate things and putting them in my car. I've been saying I was going to do it for a while, and now it's actually happening. And also, I didn't realize that Leroy always checks to see when I leave the house, that he always comes to look out the door to see where I went. See? And Sweet Potato came to see where I was going, but she didn't care that much. And then that rug is going to go to the laundromat. And the two places, Goodwill and laundromat, are really close to each other. And everything's just in the back of the car. And I'll just do it next time I happen to be in town. And I'm really excited about that. And I'm excited to clear out. Look at the Drano. I have Drano, you guys. But I can't really remember which drains we're trying to Drano. It'll come up again, and then I'll already have the Drano. So I had mopped right there, and I knew it had dried, and I wanted the ottoman to go back, which is why we jumped from entryway back to living room. We're just snip, snap, snip, snap. And I want to point out, after I vacuumed my entire couch and cleaned my house, I have not had the same allergy issues. Didn't take meds this morning. I don't think I took them yesterday morning. So, nope, yesterday I cleaned. Yep, this is me yesterday. So, the one day, And then I pull out my husband's laundry and I think, am I going to fold it? Am I not going to fold it? And I end up folding it, even though I felt annoyed because I was like, how is this my business? You know, you're the one doing it. And then I realized there's so much of not my business, like not his business that he does for me. He's never come home to make dinner and been like, why aren't you making dinner? He's never come home and been like, why is the house like this? Like, he doesn't ever ask me to get a job. If I'm clearly not going to home make, why don't I go, corporate? Um, And while I was initially annoyed to fold my husband's laundry because I had all of this other stuff to do, and I could have just piled it up on his side of the bed and be like, take care of it yourself. You're a grown ass man. I was like, I couldn't imagine if he was like, you're a grown ass woman. Why don't you make dinner? It would hurt my feelings.
There's countless refills that get thrown away and go into landfills with the reusable steam mop.
I can put this upstairs first. I'll put it in the attic. These things I'll put in the attic. This I'll just put upstairs.
But so far
It will
I found
take
that I really love it, and I want
7
to show
minutes,
you a real time of how
and
it
then I'll have
removes
coffee.
things from the floor.
And I can do that. Okay, I left that part in because I wanted you guys to see when it gets towards the end and I am exhausted and overwhelmed, and it just feels like I've been doing this for so long and yet I am not done. I like give myself little pep talks, and I have been watching myself clean, and I can watch how long I've been filming. You know, you go back, you're like, oh, 26 minutes and I got all that stuff done. Or you're like, oh, that was only 6 minutes and I did that done. So now I can give myself time frames where I'm like, this is only going to take this long for me to do, and then do it. And it's so incredibly helpful. It's so helpful to know it's not going to take that long and you can do it and you're going to feel so much happier. And I love that about being able to YouTube my life, is that it helps me ground myself a little bit more, where I'm like, it's only this amount of time and you can do that. And here's a little reward. You can have a little coffee. Turns out the coffee is a terrible idea. My heart rate starts spiking. I don't think it was the coffee, but my heart rate has been randomly spiking. It hasn't happened in a while and my anxiety is high. So maybe it is anxiety. But from here on in the whole clean, I am struggling with my heart going up really high, and it feels a little bit of pressure on my chest. So you will see me for the rest of this clean look at my Apple Watch where I'm checking my heart rate to see if I'm going to die or not. Spoilers, I don't. I sweep first and it feels like I'm not getting any of the glitter up, so I switched to the vacuum. Also, I was listening to a woman who did YouTube. It was like low income homemaking for a family of 7 or something like that, and her had like 800,000 views, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I need to see this. Like, what is so appealing about it?" And it turns out she's an amazing YouTuber. Like, the video editing was top notch. And I was like, "Oh, you're just exceptional at this." That's why you're so good. You don't just clip yourself walking in and out. You have B-roll. Oh, okay. And music and like a really calming voiceover. But that's fine. That's cool. I could do it. I can't. Ha, I mop myself back so I can come get you guys. And I still leave feet prints. Okay. I'm keeping this box for right now, even though we do have a Christmas tree bag thing because it's so hard to cram them back in. But I kept the box because we just bought a Christmas tree that broke. It lasted a few days and then the light stopped working entirely. So we had to go exchange it. And we got this Christmas tree. And I don't trust it. I don't trust it to not break. So I put the box kind of on the backside of Box Mountain in my garage, which, by the way, is catastrophic Box Mountain at this time. Where it's like the Yellowstone eruption mass extinction event that is currently building in my garage. And yes, I will take care of it. I just, oh, the effort sounds horrid, but I will. I need to because it's becoming a lot for me. It's every time I go into my garage, I want to rip my legs off. And so I probably should tackle it while I have 2 legs. Um, So that's why I kept the Christmas tree box, but I'm only going to keep it until the end of the season. Then we'll break it down and throw it out because we have a bag for the Christmas tree. And it's so hard to cram a fake Christmas tree back in the box it came from. It just is. Like, it doesn't really fit that well. I have no idea what's happening on the TV that's fascinating me so much, but I'm like super into it, you guys. Maybe I'm learning a new skill set. I don't know. But yeah, the vacuum is getting the glitter up a little bit more. My husband's so sad that we ended up getting a, what is it called? Flocked tree? A glitter bomb tree? He specifically was like, nope, let's get this one that isn't filled with glitter. And I am so glad that our first tree broke because when he went to go get it, they were all sold out of that one. Probably because everybody's husband was like, no, absolutely not. I freaking hate the glitter bombs. And so that was what was kind of left in stock. And I'm so grateful. Like, see, those are prayers that are answered right there. Like, I got plucked out. So many people are praying for reasonable things, and I got the Christmas tree filled with glitter. Miracles do happen. All right. And I've trapped myself, so now I have to go the long way to get all of the mopping supplies. Oh, I should have looked and seen how many steps I did this day. 1 billion. Also, oh my God, that reminds me, I need to go on Amazon. I need to get a pedometer and like put those on the twins. I need to know for a fact how many miles they walk in a day. My bet is at least 10. For Sammy, I would say 13. But I need to see how many miles they walk in a day. I just need to know. Um, Putting things back. I am gonna get rid of these chairs. Oh, I finally go take that. I put that in my card to get into Goodwill. I have hated that white wicker, whatever it was, for 7 years. Every time I move it or set it next to something, I hate it. Look at Leroy trying to figure out which door I'm going to come back in. Hmm. So I put it and I'm going to donate it. And I'm really excited to get it out of the stinking house. And I really love that Leroy looks for me every time I leave. It's so adorable. Kesha just gets excited when you come back, but Leroy is concerned when you leave. All right, I feel like I was on a tangent and then I distracted myself. So, the end of that. I put that upstairs, the TV I put upstairs, and we're back to vacuuming. It was so nice out that I had all of the windows open. I made the kids open their windows. I opened my bedroom window. I aired out the house like crazy. And that's okay. That is one good thing about living in Georgia, that it was this nice, cool breeze. It was probably like 70 out. So it was a little delight. Although my husband was outside doing, I have no idea what, and he had like a full sweater on. So he was bracing for the cold temperatures. I was considering putting my giant rug back, but with my heart rate going up, I was like, just finish the house and then you can rest. And I am sitting and resting and trying to get it to lower. But I'm at the point where I'm like, all I have to do is just like some of the floors. If I could hang in there, I will have a full whole house. I'll be done. And it's not for you guys where I'm like, and then I can show it to my YouTube channel. You know, it wasn't like then my content's complete. I was like, and then my brain will be done. Like I will be able to close this book. And I think I just have so many open books in my brain right now that I can't, it just sucks. And then so I did close the book and I have a clean house. And then also I got my skin cancer results and they're like, no, it's negative. And so I was able to close that book, which was really nice. I don't know, like things are, I don't know, things are getting better and hopefully I'll be able to get out of this anxiety phase pretty soon. But maybe not. Maybe we'll spiral further. Who knows? I spiral as I go. Oh, I also want to tell you guys, behind the big green chair, two of my fall pillows fell. And I was like, no, absolutely not. I don't care. I'm not going to address that. I'm not going to pull them out. I'm not going to put them away. I'm just going to act like they don't exist. And soon I'll forget about it and it will be perfect. But my level of not caring. Also, I'm pretty sure I didn't mop like where you guys are, just right in front of you. I think I don't mop there. I think I'm like, I don't even care. And I just mop back there. It's fine. See? I mean, I guess technically you don't have to mop your whole floor. There aren't any laws. I'm not breaking any laws, you guys. As much as Mac wishes I'd break a law and get arrested by my husband and go to jail, it doesn't feel like it's going to happen today. All right. I am so freaking close. I'm really close, you guys. I just know that I have a little bit of flooring left and like kind of sweeping off, not sweeping. You don't sweep tables, you wipe off tables. And I got all of my kids to clean off the kitchen table, which was nice. But then they also put my purses in weird spots, which is fun to know where they think my belongings should go. One of them, like I have a sweater by the front door now. And I think they put one of my purses by the front door, and somebody else put the purse, a different purse, my computer bag behind the couch, like where I usually sit. I don't think we've turned off our fake fireplace in since Halloween. We just constantly have that fire roaring, guys. I do wish I had a real fireplace. Okay, that's fake. I wish I had a real gas fireplace that I could just flip the switch on, but it would be so impractical. It would make my house so miserable 360 days out of the year. But I do miss it. Yep, table cleared off. I put in that tub right there, that's where a lot of the water beads are for my kids to have a sensory bin, except I don't think my kids know it's a sensory bin. I don't think anybody's bothered to look. So, what I should do is actually show it to them and be like, look, sensory bin. Oh, and I'm moving the table out. My husband, I made him, where did we have to go? I made him go on an epic adventure with me, I think, to get cat food. And he got home from work. I was like, let's get cat food. And we had to pick up our Sam's Club order. And then I was looking at the kittens to threaten him. And we walked by those little cat towers and I made him get it. And I was so excited. And all three cats think it's the greatest thing ever. And I love having a cat tower filled with cats. It's so much fun. Um, they're having such a great time with it. And I love when the super fat one, hot sauce, gets to the very top because I was like, wow, you have an adventurous spirit, my son. He is a chunk because he's such a good hunter. He doesn't hunt anything, but if he could hunt, because if we ever let him outside, he'd be really good at it. I don't know why Leroy's so obsessed with supervising the vacuum when he absolutely hates the vacuum. But he's like, yeah, I need to be involved. Also, it's terrifying. The vacuum is Leroy's zombie apocalypse. He is preparing for when the vacuums rise up and take over the world. And how is he going to protect his family from all of the vacuums? I'm not sure, but I think I'm low efforting at this point where I'm like, if it doesn't vacuum up, it's meant to be. Like, let's let it live here. Same with the mopping. I was like, I mop ish. So I'm going to mop ish over here. I'm trying to not mop myself into a corner. And I think I absolutely do. I can't remember though. My kid's making a little 4 p.m. cereal. I can hear him in the kitchen. That'll be fun for dinner time. Okay, and so I had previously wiped off of this counter. I don't feel like I need to wipe it off a ton. I just need to organize a few things, chug my water. That coffee that you see right there, that's fresh coffee. So I'm not going to dump it or wash it out. And we are the last little bit. All I have to do, like this little zoop, Do you see it? Just the kitchen, the galley kitchen right behind you, which I never show you because I'm not going to turn you around. The laundry room is a absolute nightmare, but I am not about that life. I'm not going to do it. I know it's my linchpin, but it's a linchpin that I can lynch tomorrow. Wow, that's terrible phrasing. That's not what I meant to say at all. But I will tackle it tomorrow or not because I also want to do that other project which is more important to me and then I can do the laundry room. So also, by the way, a hard pivot. I woke up today thinking it was Saturday and then I thought it was Friday. And when my husband left for work, I was like, oh, I thought it was Friday, but it must be Thursday. And he's like, it's Monday. I was like, well, that was hard. Time is hard. Paying attention to what day it is really a tricky skill set that not everybody can master. But yeah, it's freaking Monday, guys. That's crazy. Here's where I've decided my vacuum absolutely doesn't work, but I absolutely don't care. So it's not great. I don't know what it is. Like, I just, sweeping feels better. It feels like it cleans more, but you can't get the last little bit of the dirt up. I, oh my God, it might become my I wash dishes twice. I might sweep then vacuum. I might double layer it because I feel like it's not great either way. Like sweeping on its own, not perfect. Sweeping, vacuuming on its own, not perfect, but sweeping and vacuuming, doing twice as much work, that could be fabulous. You don't even know. The amount of times I hit you and move you today is so much fun. Like, I don't know. I'm moving you guys around. It's fine. Besides, I barely knock you. It's mostly the vacuum cord that knocks you. And I feel powerless if I don't hit you a little bit. Okay, so we just have to mop and then we're going to be done, you guys. And I am so, so, so happy. And I'm happy in real life too, because I was like, frick, I better sit down soon. But I still don't have a VA referral to cardiology yet. I'm going to have to just go through private insurance, which I'm not excited about because I'm not sure if I can do private insurance without an actual referral. And I don't think the VA will refer me for private insurance. And I don't have an actual doctor. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have a non VA doctor that I can get a referral from. But, anyways, it doesn't matter because we're done. And here's the final results. Everything looks way better. I wanted to show you how I stored the bins for the Christmas ornaments. I didn't feel like just leaving them in the kids' space upstairs. And since I cleaned out that closet, it works just fine. And it looks so pretty. I'm still super into that gnome. He is my Vlogmas gnome and he makes me happy. The glitter bomb tree makes me super happy. Everything is so much better and festive. And I'm done. My husband does go put that star up on the tree later. I didn't even have to ask him. But I'm so, so grateful that I'm freaking done. Thank you guys so much for spending time with me today. Oh, sweet potato pie. Oh, that was way too early. I'm not supposed to thank you guys for spending time with me today because I still have to show you my bedroom. Let's all go into my bedroom. Look at that. Platonically speaking, please come look at my bedroom. That nightmare, I don't even want to talk about it. Laundry and crap to wrap for Christmas. My husband's laundry, so I folded it all, but I didn't put it away. And I did clean my makeup brushes because my makeup's not going on correctly. And then I was like, that's a terrible spot. Like, I'm not going to land with makeup brushes. So thank you for so much for spending time with me today. I can't wait to see what we get up to in the next video. And look at how cute Leroy is. I love you. Bye.